the weed whacker because we were gonna weed eat. What's up, you guys? I just wanted to take a second and tell you all thank you for watching my videos. I had a handful of people approach me this weekend and tell me that they really enjoyed the videos that I've been posting. It really means the world to me that you guys are even watching them and even clicking that like button. So thank you again so much to everyone who takes the time to watch these videos, even if it's for a couple minutes. Means the world to me.
Starting.
You're doing it.
I didn't have much time to vlog this weekend. I was kind of all over the place, so I figured this would be a great way to still make this video a little bit different from maybe a normal riding video. I figured I'd sit down, talk you through my line selection process, my thought process, and things that were just going on through the race. So in this clip, you guys are seeing our start. We have to run to our bikes in the FTR Hare Scramble series. We do not do our starts like the typical GNCC does by starting on our bikes. So we're actually running to our bikes. This was the whole women's A line. That's the class that I race. And there were about 11 girls in my line. This was my first race back after I broke my leg back in January. You guys are going to see that I did not have the best start. That kind of falls back on it being my fault. A day before the race, I actually practiced my starts in the backyard, and for some reason I have starting issues with this bike. I already took it to the dealer. I had the ECU reflash, and I don't know, I'm still experiencing some issues with it. So I started it in neutral. It did start right up, but when I tried to start it in first gear, it would bog on me. So I don't really know what the deal is. I mean, it could totally be a Monica issue, but yeah. So to my left, you guys are going to see that I just passed Delaney. Delaney is the number 8 girl in my class, and I just went around the first corner. When you see the green arrows mean that you have to go in between them. So when you see orange arrows, you can go 20 feet to the left or to the right of the arrows, but when you see the green ones, you have to go in between the greens. So that's why you see everybody kind of funneling through the center there. The line that you guys just saw me take, I saw Amber take it in front of me. She didn't have any issues, so I decided to follow her. We went around the corner, and these fields are extremely slippery, so just keep that in mind. Then I kind of saw an opportunity to kind of cut in front of her, and that's where I made my first pass on her. There was actually a number of times where I felt my rear tire just slide in this tall grass. So here you guys just saw me kind of pep talk to myself of no falling. So I really did not want to fall in this tall grassy section, so I made sure to be really careful and not ride over my head. guys are gonna see the person in front of this person in the orange jersey. She's got a blue and green jersey on. That's Evelina, that's another girl in my class. She's super fast. I think at this point she must have been in like 3rd place. I wanted to pass her, but she's quick. So my intention was catch up to Evelina, but unfortunately I couldn't catch up to her. Made our way down to this lower section, and you guys are going to see Amber over here to my left made a pass on me. The darker the mud, the slipperier, the slicker it is, and she made a great pass to the left of me. Jake pointed out that I should, you know, keep an eye out on other lines. I shouldn't be following people because that's how I kind of get stuck. If the guy in front of me were to stop or stall, what would I have done? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's better to take different lines even if those lines are slower, just because you might not get stuck. But we're only a couple minutes into the race and I was already thinking to myself like, oh my god, I'm tired. How much longer do I have to do this? And I don't know if it was just because I was able to keep up with another girl in my class that kind of, you know, kept me going, kind of pushing. I did find myself having a little bit more fun and kind of pushing myself a little bit harder than usual. But I really love this bike. I don't know what it is about it. I went from my 150 to this YZ to this, no, it's an FX. It's a YZ 250 FX. And I absolutely love it. It's got power where it needs to have power, and you know, I'm just not a two-stroke gal. Some people love two strokes, more power to them. I really like my 4 strokes. So I think I foresee myself riding on this bike for a really long time. I can't even begin to tell you how many people got stuck on this hill. It's really funny how this works out. Like, a lot of girls get stuck in like a cluster on some of these sections, and it's kind of funny looking back at it, like, oh, we could have just gone to the left. There was another line up the opposite side of the hill. Anyway, I just kept thinking to myself, don't let the bike stall. Just keep on the gas, walk next to it. So that's kind of what I did. I walked my bike up this hill and I kept revving it up, making sure I did not stall it. Then as I got to the top, I jumped on and went about my way. Yep, on a scale of 1 to 10, my tired level was at an 8. I was pretty tired by this point, and I kept, you know, chugging along thinking, don't trip on any of these routes, just keep going nice and slow. Jake asked me what my least favorite section of the course was, and I'm pretty sure it had to be this section. Like, there was a mud pit coming out of nowhere. Like, it was so slick, and if you stayed to the right, you were fine, but if you were to go to the left, it was really slick and slippery. And I told myself, like, don't go to the left, you're gonna freaking fall. The club did a great job of putting on the course. I liked it that they put these wooden bridges in some of the areas so people who didn't want to go through the water or didn't want to go through the mud could go on these bridges. I crossed a couple of the bridges, but towards the end of the race, I just thought it was a little bit easier just to go around the bridges all together. Girl that you guys see to my right passing me is Ashley Applewhite. She's actually the winner of her class. She is super talented, really fast girl. So at this point, I think I must have been in third place, I guess. And with Ashley making the pass, that would have pushed me back to fourth. Yes, I totally found myself clicking into neutral. I don't have a loose clutch on this bike. I think I did this like 2 or 3 times during the race. I just randomly decided to put my bike into neutral. Like, Monica, what were you thinking? In front of me and somebody fell, but I saw that somebody else was already there helping him out. People are pretty courteous when people get hurt. They stop to help each other out. When I broke my leg, Robert helped me out along with a handful of other people. I was so appreciative that they had stopped because this is really dangerous. The second lap around, I noticed that Donnie and his crew were there, so something pretty bad must have happened. I hope that guy's okay. did the full sprint enduro in Virginia a couple weeks ago, and definitely not my style. Like the field sections where you're just going back and forth, that's definitely an area that I definitely use for practicing. Someone was behind me, so I was like trying to be courteous and let them go to the right of me, and then of course Monica like decides to go in this random mud pit. Thank God I was able to get out. I just like stayed on the gas. Could you imagine what if I got stuck in that? Like I'd have to pull that out, okay? Not cool. I found myself like not standing up at all, which is not like me. I usually stand up quite a bit, but I found myself sitting a lot. At the end of the day, my butt was so sore. I was shocked that I had gone up the hard. I guess I didn't see the easy hard split. In practice, I went down the easy and I'm like, I'm not gonna do the hard. Why hold myself up? What if I wreck or something? But the hard really wasn't that hard. I mean, clearly I made it up all 3 laps, so cool. go, thinking that they're able to hear me, but they're clearly not able to hear me. Instead of like taking my hand off of my, my controls, I decided to like wave my leg. So hopefully that gave them the signal to go, but just go around me. This was a weird turn. It was like a sharp right and then you go down a hill. And my first lap, I decided to do that weird turn. But then on my second and third lap, I decided to just go to the top of the hill and just go down. So that way it was a straight shot versus like going around the corner and it just being awkward. I mean, other people were doing it, so I did it too. then this happens, and of course, Amber passes me. Like, cool. Don't get me started on this whoop section, okay? I don't know why the first lap I decided to go through it, but there was a great line to the top of these whoops over here to the left, and I decided to take it the second and third lap. That was a way better line than torturing myself going through this. I think I could have made a pass had I taken that upper line from the beginning. I didn't see it. Make up that time from when I decided to just drop my bike in the woods. So I was pretty pumped about that, and then the rest of this was basically just like open trail. Another mud pit. I remember pulling up to it and I'm like, oh my god, swerve to the right. I think quite a few people got stuck in it, if I remember correctly. It was crazy, that second lap, I still saw people. You'd think that people would notice that the first time around. So glad I avoided that, and I decided to avoid the rest of the race, which was a good call on my part, I think. Like, looking back at the footage, that was Morgan cheering for me. Morgan's a photographer and a good friend of mine, so it's really cool to see, like, your friends on the side of the trail, they're cheering for you, like, pumps you up, you know? So here you guys see me revving up my engine. That was my way of letting the guy in front of me know that I was like there. I knew that 5th place was behind me, and I didn't want her to pass me, and I didn't want to yell at the guy. So I thought, okay, I'll just continue to rev up my engine, when in reality I should have just made a clean pass, which I did. my other photographer girlfriend who managed to take pictures and also cheer for me, which is super exciting. Hey, Mariah. That sums up lap 1. I went through the chicane and then went on for lap 2 and 3. Like I said, I ended up finishing in 4th place, so I kind of maintained where I was, which I was pretty pleased with. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!